Hi, and welcome to your Menopause Mentor. In this video, I will expose 3 surprisingly simple ways to melt menopausal belly fat. Make sure to stick till the end, because I'm going to reveal the one small change that can start shifting your belly fat in just a few days, without dieting or exhausting workouts. Let's start with one of the most overlooked tools for melting menopausal belly fat: sleep. We're always told to eat less, exercise more, and cut out treats if we want to lose belly fat during menopause. But here's the truth. One of the most powerful fat-busting tools you have is actually sleep. And I don't just mean lying in bed, staring at the ceiling. I mean restful, quality sleep. I'll be honest with you, I didn't believe this at first. For years, I was dragging myself out of bed after 5 or 6 hours, chugging coffee, and pushing myself through workouts. I thought I was being disciplined, but my belly kept growing. I was doing everything right, eating clean, exercising, but my middle just wouldn't budge. Then I learned something that really opened my eyes. When we don't get enough sleep, even just for a few nights, our hormones go completely out of balance. And during menopause, when hormones are already shifting, this lack of sleep has an even bigger effect. Let me explain. First, poor sleep raises cortisol, your main stress hormone. And where does cortisol love to store fat? Right in the belly. That menopause pooch you might be struggling with, it often has more to do with stress and sleep than it does with calories. Second, sleep loss messes with your hunger hormones. Ghrelin, which makes you feel hungry, goes up. Leptin, which tells you you're full, goes down. That's why, after a bad night of sleep, you crave carbs and sugar. And here's the kicker. One study found that women in midlife who consistently sleep 7 to 9 hours a night have significantly less belly fat than women who sleep less. Think about that. No extreme dieting, no killing yourself at the gym, just better sleep. So what can we actually do about it? I know menopause doesn't exactly make sleep easy. Hot flashes, night sweats, restless legs. I've been there. But there are a few simple things that helped me, and I think they could help you too. First, set a bedtime routine, like you would for a child. Your body craves rhythm. I dim the lights, put away my phone, and read for 20 minutes before bed. It's like telling my brain, okay, we're winding down now. Second, keep your bedroom cool. I invested in a cooling blanket, and it made a huge difference with night sweats. Third, cut caffeine after 2 p.m. I used to think coffee didn't affect me, but the nights I skipped that late afternoon cup were always the nights I slept better. When I started making sleep a priority, not an afterthought, my energy improved, my cravings went down, and yes, my belly fat finally started to shift. So if you've been killing yourself with diets and workouts and not seeing results, ask yourself, am I actually sleeping enough? Because sometimes the missing piece isn't another diet. It's giving your body the rest it's been begging for. If you want more practical tips that really work for menopause belly fat, go ahead and like this video and subscribe. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Now that we've talked about sleep, you might be surprised at how much of a difference it can make. But there's another factor that can sabotage all your hard work, even if you're sleeping well. It's something that quietly adds inches to your waist without you even realizing it. I'm talking about stress. I don't know about you, but I used to roll my eyes a little when someone told me, you just need to relax. I mean, sure, easier said than done, right? We've got careers, families, aging parents, responsibilities. It's not like we can just check out and live in a spa. But here's the thing. Stress isn't just about feeling frazzled. It's a biological process that's happening in your body every single day. And during menopause, that process can quite literally show up on your waistline. Let me explain. When you're under stress, your body releases a hormone called cortisol. Cortisol itself isn't bad. It's what wakes you up in the morning and helps you react to danger. But when cortisol stays elevated for too long, which happens with chronic stress, it tells your body to store fat. And guess where cortisol especially loves to put it? Right around the belly. I'll give you an example from my own life. There was a period when I was trying to do it all: work full-time, care for my family, exercise daily, and manage menopause symptoms on top of it. I thought I was being strong, but my belly fat was getting worse. not better. I'd love to hear if you can relate to this. Drop a comment below and share what's been the hardest part for you when juggling stress and menopause. Once I started paying attention, though, I realized it wasn't about eating too much or moving too little. It was my stress levels driving the problem. So what do we actually do about it? Because telling women in menopause to just relax is not helpful. Here are 3 things that worked for me, and they're backed by science too. Number 1, walking, not power walking, not running, just a calm, steady walk outside. Research shows that walking in nature lowers cortisol levels, and honestly, it helps clear the mental clutter too. Number 2, breathing exercises. I used to think this sounded a little woo-woo, but slowing your breath actually tells your nervous system to calm down. Even 5 minutes of deep, slow breathing can lower cortisol. I like to do this before bed or even in my car before walking into a busy day. Number 3, protect your downtime. This one took me the longest to accept. I used to fill every spare moment with tasks, but now I actually schedule downtime the way I'd schedule a meeting. Sometimes that means reading, sometimes it's stretching, sometimes it's just sitting with a cup of tea. That's not being lazy. It's a strategy to lower cortisol. And the results? Once I took stress seriously and gave my body those recovery moments, I started to notice changes. Not only did my belly fat start to shift, but my mood improved, my sleep got better, and I felt less reactive to all the daily chaos. So here's the takeaway. If you're doing all the right things and still struggling with belly fat in menopause, it might not be about working harder. It might be about working calmer. Your belly doesn't just respond to food and exercise, it responds to stress too. So far in this video, we've talked about how sleep and stress play a huge role in menopausal belly fat. Now, we're moving into a topic that doesn't get nearly enough attention: your gut health. When I first started hearing about gut health, I honestly thought it was just another wellness trend. Probiotics, kombucha, sauerkraut, it all sounded kind of gimmicky to me. But once I dug into the research, I realized it's actually a critical piece of the menopause belly fat puzzle. Here's why. Your gut is home to trillions of bacteria, some helpful, some not so helpful, and together they influence everything from digestion to immunity, and yes, even how your body stores fat. Studies have found that women with a more diverse, healthy gut microbiome tend to carry less visceral fat, the dangerous kind of belly fat that wraps around your organs. On the other hand, when gut bacteria get out of balance, something that often happens during menopause, our metabolism slows down, inflammation goes up, and fat storage becomes much easier, especially around the middle. And here's the kicker. Your gut bacteria actually communicate with your hormones. Estrogen, progesterone, insulin, they're all influenced by what's happening in your digestive system. So if your gut health is off, those hormones that are already in transition during menopause can get even more chaotic. I'll tell you from my own experience, once I started paying attention to my gut health, it was like flipping a switch. I had less bloating, more energy, and over time, my belly started to feel less stubborn. It wasn't overnight, but it was real. So what does supporting gut health actually look like? Let's make it simple. First, eat more fiber. Fiber feeds the good bacteria in your gut, helping them thrive. Think beans, lentils, oats, berries, leafy greens, real, whole foods. When I started adding an extra serving of vegetables to my meals, I noticed a difference in just a couple of weeks. Second, add fermented foods. Things like plain yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, or kimchi contain live bacteria that can help rebalance your gut. If you're new to them, start small. I began with a spoonful of sauerkraut alongside dinner. Third, cut back on ultra-processed foods and added sugars. These feed the harmful bacteria that promote inflammation and fat storage. During menopause, our bodies are already more sensitive to blood sugar spikes, so this one makes a double difference. And one more tip, stay hydrated. Your gut bacteria need water to do their job properly, and most of us don't drink enough. So here's the bottom line. If you've been struggling with stubborn belly fat in menopause, don't just think calories in and calories out. Think about your gut. When you support those tiny microbes living inside you, they'll actually support you back, helping balance hormones, reduce inflammation, and make weight loss feel a lot less like an uphill battle. Your belly isn't just storage, it's communication. And taking care of your gut could be the missing piece you've been looking for. So there you have it, 3 surprisingly simple ways to start melting menopausal belly fat. Quality sleep, managing stress, and supporting your gut health. Each one alone can make a difference, but together, they work like a powerhouse team to reset your hormones, calm inflammation, and finally help your belly feel lighter and less stubborn. Remember, this isn't about extreme diets, exhausting workouts, or punishing yourself. It's about small, consistent changes that actually fit into your life and your body's needs. If you start with just one of these today, maybe a better bedtime routine, a short daily walk, or adding more fiber to your meals, you could start noticing changes in just a few days. And that momentum, it's everything. Your body is not broken, and menopause does not have to mean giving up on feeling confident, energetic, and comfortable in your own skin. Start honoring your sleep, stress, and gut, and watch how your belly, your energy, and your life begin to shift. If you're ready to take charge, like this video and subscribe. I share actionable tips and strategies every week to help you thrive through menopause. You deserve to feel your best. See you in the next video.